Hi, my name is Rhea Canones, and I am a client intake specialist.
So for our first question, what specific area of law do you handle intake for, and what do you enjoy about helping people in that field?
Well, I handle intake for estate planning, probate, and Medicaid for long-term care. And I like helping people through important life situations, just like what I do right now.
What's the most rewarding part of being the first point of contact for a person in need?
The most rewarding part is giving clients clarity and helping them feel less stressed. So a lot of them will actually feel confused at the start of the call. But then if you're able to discuss to them what you are able to do to help them, it's a great feeling to hear them giving feedbacks like, oh, thank you. That's what I need.
What is the most challenging part of screening potential cases?
Well, the challenging part is discussing sensitive topics while still gathering the right information from them.
Can you describe a lead you successfully converted that you're particularly proud of?
Yes. Well, I remember this woman. She has no idea about state planning and she was thinking that she's running out of time and she's thinking that she might be leaving her son and there might be some problems in the future. So I discussed that we can help her setting up an estate planning. And then after the consultation, during the day of the consultation, I got a response, like a note from the team that she actually hired the firm to do the estate planning for her. So I think that's a good feeling to be part of that um, amazing experience for the client.
What skills do you think are essential for a next level intake specialist?
Guess the best, well, the key skills should be a good listener, then you should have a lot of patience, great organization, and explaining things in a simple manner.
What advice would you give to a firm owner who is frustrated with their current intake specialist performance?
Well, I'd suggest it could be improving training, then lots of communication within the team, and having a clear intake process.
If your intake approach had a tagline, what would it be?
Well, I would say it's clear guidance with genuine care.
What are some common misconceptions people have about what an intake specialist actually does?
Intake is more on answering calls. Well, intake is more than answering calls, by the way. It's about building trust quickly. Like a span of time, in a few minutes, you should be able to build that trust with the clients.
That's quite a challenge. What advice would you give to someone starting their first day in legal intake?
I would say just stay empathetic. That's a great advice that I can give for a new intake specialist, a good listener, as well as being empathetic, but then keeping some boundaries and, have some reset when needed.
How do you handle the emotional weight of hearing difficult stories from potential clients all day?
How I deal with it is just being a good listener all the way throughout the conversation, just responding if they need some answers, like acknowledging them at the same time, then providing them the things they need to hear or letting them know that you are there to help them and we can actually help them.
How do you stay updated on the firm's specific ideal client criteria and protocols?
Well, how what we do it every day is that we stay updated by having a good team communication. So we have different platforms that we use in order for us to have a good communication with the team, with the rest of the team, and internal updates. That includes emails through Outlook, Teams as well. We use that in order for us to get, have a good communication with the rest of the team.
Now, the next series of questions is a glimpse into your daily grind. Now, the first one is, what does a typical intake day look like for you?
Well, my day it includes calls most of the time, yeah, and as well as qualifying leads, note taking. That's a very important thing for us to do. And other thing is scheduling an appointment. So every day we actually schedule a lot of appointments for different fields for estate planning as well as probate and Medicaid.
What's the first thing you do, kind of like your ritual, to get into the zone before hitting the phones?
Well, the first thing what I do is minutes before my shift, I check my emails. I'm checking for an updates from the supervisors if there are any updates that we need to know. Then if there are any urgent tasks that we need to do as well by the start of the morning in order for us to be mentally prepared on what's coming for the rest of the day.
How much of your day is spent on live calls versus organizing case data for the attorney?
Well, being an intake specialist, you should be prepared that you will be most of your time will be on calls. Like you'll be receiving a lot of calls every day, even though at the side of it, you're doing some documentations and note taking as well as scheduling appointments.
If your daily intake calls for a reality TV show, what would be the title and the dramatic tagline for the season finale? This is fun.
I guess I thought of a lot about that. Reality show would be First Call Matters. Then the tagline would be One Call, One Choice, and Nothing Will Ever Be the Same.
How do you manage a high volume of leads without letting the client needs slip through the cracks?
Well, I think this is an important thing that you have a skill that you should be able to have to be an intake specialist. I always make sure that I stay organized. So first, the urgent ones comes first. Then if there's a call that needs attention and you have to schedule an appointment for that too, I guess if I would be able to identify it's a qualified lead for the first few minutes of the call, I set aside whatever I'm doing. I'll make sure to just, take note of that, like write it down in a piece of paper. Then I'll focus to the one that I'm talking with right now so I can get to the few details so I can schedule them for an appointment. Being organized.
Be organized. What's the most unexpected thing a potential client has ever said to you during an initial call?
Well, I guess that most of our clients don't realize how urgent their situation is, especially when it comes to Medicaid. So most of the time they are also confused on the first set of the call unless that they will be able to get some information from you.
How do you collaborate with the attorneys to make sure a lead is ready for the next step?
Well, in that case, I make sure that the attorneys will get clear and complete notes. And that way it wouldn't be like there will be no miscommunication during the time that they have the appointment with the client. They have all the information needed.
Can you give one expectation versus reality moment regarding remote intake work?
I guess that would be expectation is that being an intake is just you have to answer calls, right? But in reality, it's not that way. It's like juggling in between doing an urgent one and being in a calm situation during the call. So it's just not basically like talking over the phone, like doing something or saying something. But then on the outside reality of it is that you're already juggling with whichever or whatever notes that you have to take note of and making sure that all notes are complete and all information or specifically like important information should be notated in order for the attorneys to know these are the matters that the clients need.
If your workplace had a soundtrack that played every time you picked up the phone, what song would it be?
Well, I'm a K-popper. I'm
Oh,
a
really?
fan of K-pop. Yeah, so I guess since I love Blackpink, I guess it would be Money by Lisa. Finding me doing this, I'm earning, and there will be money out of it.
Yeah. What's the most common question you get from someone who is nervous about hiring a lawyer?
Well, most of the time, I would say it would be the cost and how long it would take for the documents to be processed. Those are the most questions. If they know the cost and if you wouldn't be able to provide it to them, they would feel like they don't like the firm doing those things for them.
What sparked your initial interest in the legal field, even if you aren't the one arguing in court?
Well, I guess I just wanted to help people. I guess being in the customer service for a long time and being an ambulance medic, I've been in the industry wherein I help a lot of people. So I guess it's already innate for me to help. So that's the most rewarding part for me, being able to help them.
Was there a specific moment where you realized you had a knack for connecting with people in crisis?
I realized my strength is really when I could come and guide people through conversations. So being in the customer service and being someone who's in the field for a long time, yeah, I guess that's the one that I have.
Did you always know you wanted to work in a professional legal environment?
No, I haven't thought of that. But in our family tree, I have a cousin who's a lawyer. I never thought of like, although a lot of family members would actually put that in your mind, like you have to be a lawyer, try to be a lawyer. But then I never imagined myself being in a legal, um, like in a legal job, legal professional. I always thought that I would be a teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was your training experience like for this role? Do you have any
Oh,
aha
training.
moment?
Yes. I always have this like aha moments every time that we have the training because I don't even know anything about state planning. That's when I realized how important it is during the training. So I was like, oh, I think I must, think about it as well for myself in the future. So the training helped me learn what state planning is and how it could help us as a person. And also, it also helped me learn how to ask the right questions.
If you weren't an intake specialist, what other profession do you think you might have enjoyed?
I always thought that I would be a teacher, but I ended up like not loving it at the time that when I was in college because we have this subject that we have to do teachings for. Well, I handle biological science, so all of the science field will be under your during the time when I was in college. I never thought I always thought to be a teacher or a doctor someday. End up being an intake specialist.
What did you want to be when you grew up as a child? Kind of like a astronaut, Disney princess, any silly dreams do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, when I was a child, we always played the cashier moments in the department store, like clicking some money in
Yeah,
our cash register. So I always thought that I will be working in a bank. I will be like a cashier in a bank. Yeah.
I
Bank
think
teller.
it's a child's dream.
Yes.
Were there any childhood heroes or role models who influenced your communication style?
Yes, there are. Well, I grew up with my guardian, my uncle and his wife. So they are both a government employee. My uncle was a soldier in a Marine Corps before, and then my his wife was still a public school teacher, and his wife is really a good speaker. So I always thought of her as my mentor pronunciation. She's really good at speaking. So she's like my mentor. She's the reason why I love being in this field.
What's one of your fondest childhood memories?
Well, I guess I'm not sure if you're part of this generation,
Mhm.
Krista, where there were no phones yet, no social medias at all.
Oh,
Internet is just being able to be afforded by those in the higher class of community. So those were the times where I would play with my cousins throughout the day, socializing with different people during that time when I was a kid. Those were the fondest memories I have during my childhood. I'm not sure if you were able to, you know.
kind of in the boundary of two. Didn't push
I
the
see.
time.
Okay.
Next series of questions are personal touches and fun facts. These are easy and really fun to answer. What's your favorite Filipino food and why?
I think it's everybody's favorite food, being a Filipino. Adobo.
Yeah, it's a common answer.
Yes. Because adobo, you can eat it any time of the day, either be breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's always there. Like it's a really great option for everything.
Mm. What do you like, chicken or pork adobo?
Both.
Both. Have you ever tried balut? And what did you think?
Yes, I have tried balut once. And I know it's a unique experience. At least I have tried it, but I will never try it again.
Oh,
I'm not, yeah, I don't like.
What's your favorite American food?
Well, I guess since I've never been to US and never tried any other American foods, I guess the only thing I know was or is burgers and pasta somehow.
Mm, those are good. Next question. Yeah. Have you ever traveled to the United States? If so, what's your favorite part? If not, is it part of your list or bucket list?
Yes, I haven't been to US yet, but if I would have a dream place to go or to visit in the US, it's gonna be the Oregon state because I am a fan of Twilight, and Twilight was actually done there. I love the misty forest of Twilight, so that's the reason why. It's like a cold weather. I really love to be in a cold weather someday.
What's a hobby or passion you pursue outside of the legal world?
I love that. Well, I'm a fan of watching TV shows, movies, especially if there are new movies. I love horror movies. So I guess some people wouldn't find it distressing, but for me, it's the way how I distress watching horror movies. No matter what language it is, I'll watch it as long as there is an English subtitle to it. It's okay with me. Then listening to music as well. I love K-pop. So right now, since BTS is back, I'm listening to BTS most of the time, as well as Blackpink. Yes.
Like a third gen situation.
Yeah.
What's a book, movie, or TV show you've enjoyed very recently?
Book, I still have it. I haven't finished it yet. I actually have it.
Hmm.
It's The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People
Have that exact.
by Stephen Covey. So I have started it, but I haven't finished it yet. It's a good one to read too. It's like it's helping your mind. And then for movies or shows, not really. Anything that is actually new to me, I haven't watched it yet. Like let's say horror movies, I would watch it. So those are the things.
If you could have dinner with any three people, living or deceased, who would they be and where could it be?
Well, the first one would be Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, wow.
Then I also would like to have dinner. Well, I guess for the three, I would love to have a dinner with the three of them. Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama,
Wow.
and Cleopatra. They seem to be like a good, strong women
Yes.
advocate. Yeah, so I'd love to have a dinner with the three of them.
Be an interesting conversation.
Yes.
What's one thing most people might be surprised to learn about you?
Well, most of the people that I just meet wouldn't know about this, but I was once an ambulance medic. I was certified. Then I had a training with the Philippine Coast Guard to learn how to rescue people in the water. Philippines is like a country where a lot of floods are, because of typhoons, calamities. So it's a great experience to have that. And not a lot of people would know about that in me because I've been in the industry where you wouldn't think that I have done that.
Your
Yeah.
life as an intake specialist was a meme. What would the image be? And what would the caption say?
Intake life, chaos on the outside, calm on the line, I guess. Chaos on the outside, but calm on the line.
Yes. Do you have any pet?
I do. I have
What,
two
what
cats. I
sort of a
have
cat?
one adult
Oh,
cat and one kitten.
oh, kitten, that's so cute.
The kitten is really playful, and it's a great way for me to distress the whole day. Yeah, even during working hours, if during breaks, looking at them, I feel like, I'm happy all the time. Do you
It,
have pets?
I have a dog.
Oh,
One
that's so
big dog.
cute. Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
amazing. I always wish to have one big dog.
yeah, but he's kind of old, so he's very calm and always sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah, but he's very
that's
sweet. What's your favorite way to unwind after a day of back-to-back calls?
I love that question as well. Hmm. I'm a coffee person, so sometimes if my partner has a spare time to be with me and drive me over to get an iced coffee or iced matcha, we do that every morning. Resting as well. I love sleeping, Krista. So after, having the coffee or the iced matcha during morning, I would sleep. And most of the time, I would be able to sleep the whole afternoon up until before my shift.
Oh,
So, resting.
yeah, I totally agree to that. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and how would you use it to help more people?
Well, I guess if I could have one, it would be an animal whisperer. Yeah, I love animals. I would love to understand what they're thinking about us. Whenever they feel something, how they would express it to us. In that way, a lot of people would have some pets at home right now, right?
Mm.
So in that way, we can actually help their owners as well, understand what they wanted
Yeah.
and whatever they're feeling. In that way, we don't have to guess and go to the vet all the time.
Yes, oh
They
my.
have someone who can interpret it for them. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. Wow. Thank you. Can you share your experience? I believe you had some throwback moments or like really fun questions.
Yeah. I love those questions because I never had any conversations with anyone with those topics. So I guess it's a fun thing to do and it's a great way for me to, step back, think, and also relax as well with the questions that you have about myself, childhood memories. First time that I have to think about it.
A slam book, right?
I'll just have to do is just, picture it out and put some photos on it.
Yes. Thank you very much, Miss Rhea, for this interview.
Well, thank you so much as well, Krista. It has been fun talking with you today. I love this and I just hope that you have a great, rest of your day.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.